Toddlers, it's lovely to see you. Well, I can't see you and I wish I could see you, but we are here on this video to say hello and to say that we're thinking of you, and we would love to just share some songs with you and a story, and I'm going to say hello to the other people that are with me. So hello, Anne.
Hello.
Hi, Jenny.
Hello.
And Anna's joined us with a story. Hi, Anna.
Hi, everyone.
And there's Jessie there too. Hi, Jessie.
Hey, everybody.
Fantastic. Well, I'm hoping that everyone's got a good singing voice ready, because we're going to do some songs. So I'm going to hand over to Anne to help us with some singing. Thank you, Anne.
That is a pleasure. So the first song that we're going to sing is The Grand Old Duke of York. And you might be able to march where you are. I'm going to do marching arms like this, which it looks a little bit like I'm swimming or something, but everyone's going to do marching arms with me so I don't feel silly. And it's going to go up and then it's going to go down. Okay, let's go. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Well done, that was fun. Okay, we're now going to do one, which it's a little while since we've done it, and it's about a tiny turtle, which I'm going to make one with my hands, like this. It should have 2 more legs, but we get the idea. And it's a little tiny turtle, and it says, there was a tiny turtle. His name was Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. Okay, and I think you know it, so let's go. Ready? I had a tiny turtle. His name was Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water. It goes. He ate up all the soap. Yeah, yuck. And now he's home sick in bed with bubbles in his throat. Bubble, 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 pop. And then I do this. Oh, it didn't work very well. Let's try again. There you go. You can have a go at that at home. Right, I'm going to hand back over to Sarah now. Okay.
I love that. Thank you, Anne, very much. I'm going to be singing about the tiny turtle Tim for a long time. That is brilliant. Now, in a moment, we're going to have our story, and Anna is going to do that for us. But can you copy me? Sometimes at Toddlers we do this, don't we? I wonder if you can copy me with what I'm going to do, and then we're going to be quiet and be able to listen to the stories. So, are you ready? If you copy me. Well done, team. And then wiggle your fingers. And then, shh. And I'm going to hand over to Anna now, and she's got a story for us. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Sarah. Hello, everyone. I'm here for our story time, and I have my friend Barney in this bag, but he hasn't realised again that it's time for the story. I wonder if you could help me by telling him that we're waiting. So can you say with me, Barney, we're waiting? Shall we try and see? Barney, we're waiting. Let's see if he's ready. There's his nose. Oh, and look, he has a cap on. Barney, you have a new cap. There we go. It's a bit big. You couldn't see his eyes. Barney, is that a new cap? Yeah, he's really proud. He got it today, and that would be a good thing to wear in the sunshine. Isn't that great, Barney? Well, today our story talks about clothes. So Barney, would you like to listen to that as we do it together? Yeah, and children, you can listen along at home. Well, in the last few videos, we've been thinking about how God cares for us. And today we're going to see some words that Jesus said to help us see how much God cares for us. The first thing Jesus said to the crowd was he said, look at that bird. Barney, can you see that bird flying along up there? Yeah. He said to the crowd, look at that bird. And then he asked the crowd some questions. He said to the crowd, do you ever see birds growing their own food? And the crowd all said, no. And he said to the crowd in slightly different words, do you ever see birds going to the supermarket? And the crowd all said, no. And he said to them, do you ever see birds putting food in cupboards? And all the crowd said, no. And Jesus said, of course not. It's God who gives birds their food to eat. God gives them everything they need. And Jesus said, if God cares for a little bird, just like this, how much more does he care for each one of us? God gives each of us what we need, and so we don't need to worry. And then Jesus showed everyone in the crowd a lovely flower. Can you see that flower, Barney? Can you see that flower at home? Isn't it beautiful? Jesus asked the people in the crowd the same questions. He said, do you ever see a flower making a new t-shirt? And everyone in the crowd said, no. And then he said, do you ever see a flower buying itself a new dress? And everyone in the crowd said, no. And Jesus didn't quite say this, but it's the same meaning. Do you ever see a flower trying on a new cap like Barney's? And everyone in the crowd said, no. And Jesus said, of course not. It's God who gives the flowers their beautiful clothes, their beautiful petals. And don't they look amazing? And if God cares so much for a flower like this, how much more does he care for me and for you? God gives us everything we need, and so we don't need to worry. Isn't that amazing, Barney, that we can know that truth about God, that he cares for each one of us? Those words of Jesus are written down in Matthew chapter 6, so you can have a read of them if you'd like to see that again. Well, Barney, it's time now to hand over to Jessie for some more songs. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Anna and Barney, for that wonderful story. We're going to sing a song about Jesus being in the boat. And it was a story that we heard a few weeks ago on the Toddler Zoom. And it's when Jesus calms the storm. It's very simple. I'm not sure if we've sung it before, but it's just got simple actions and it's quite repetitive. So you'll pick it up quick. It goes, with Jesus in the boat, you can smile at the storm. Smile at the storm, smile at the storm. With Jesus in the boat, you can smile at the storm as you go sailing home. Sailing, sailing home, sailing, sailing home. With Jesus in the boat, you can smile at the storm as you go sailing home. Quite catchy, I think. So while we're in our boats, children, we're going to do some fishing. And we're going to count on our fingers. It's the song 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. So get your fingers ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let him go again. Why did you let him go? Because he bit my finger so. Which finger did he bite? This little finger on my right. Thanks for singing along, everybody. I'm going to hand you over to Jenny now. Bye.
Thanks, Jessie, so much. Oh, isn't it great to sing? It's fun to sing, so enjoy singing those over again if you want to. And isn't it great to know that God cares for us, whether we're younger or older? It's really great to know that God is out looking out for us. And certainly as leaders, we could tell you all sorts of stories about how God had cared for us and showed his love for us. So do ask us if you ever see us in the street or when you're going on your walk or something, do chat to us about that. So the craft for today was 2 things. Firstly, when you're out in your garden or going for a walk, just have a little look around and see how many different types of birds you can see. Little tiny weeny ones or real big ones. There's quite a few around, so see how many you can count. And how about for flowers as well? If you come to my garden, I haven't really got many flowers, but maybe when you're on a walk or in somebody else's garden, you might be able to find some flowers. See what different colours, different types of flowers you can find. So the craft for today, this is one I made. You don't have to have these types of things in your house. Just make it with whatever you've got around. But there's a template that will come through with this video. You can cut round the flower any colour you like. You can use card or paper, whatever's to hand. Then I've used a pipe cleaner for a stem, but you can use straws or anything you've got it in your house. And then there's a little cupcake holder in the middle to make the centre. But again, if you haven't got any of those, just use some paper or colour it in. Just use your imagination, go wild. You could even do a number of different flowers and put them all together to make a bunch. And then each time you look at that, you can remember how much God cares for you. Great. And now it's time to pass over to Anne to sing the goodbye song. Bye.
Thanks, Jenny. I love the look of that craft. We are going to sing the goodbye song in a minute. This is actually our last video for this term, so it's a bit of a longer goodbye. But if you think you're going to miss us a lot, we know we miss you. You could keep watching the videos again and again on the live stream, or you could tune in on a Sunday as well, and you can find the links for that on the live stream as well. Okay, so we're going to sing our goodbye song now. Goodbye, goodbye to you and you and you. Goodbye, goodbye, may God watch over you. Goodbye, goodbye to you and you and you. Goodbye, goodbye, may God watch over you. Bye, bye.